So you don't need much, as you can see, just a few ingredients. It's very, very simple, very easy. So first things first, I have some salted butter laid out here. I'm only going to use 1.5 sticks of salted butter, okay? So all you need is 1 whole stick and half of the stick. That's it. I have some pure vanilla extract here. Only going to use 2 teaspoons of that. That's all you need. I also have some caramel flavoring here. You really don't need the caramel flavoring. The vanilla extract is really all you need. I've only started adding caramel as of lately, but you really don't need that. I just want to be extra, so I add a little bit of that. Like I said, I only add 1 teaspoon of the caramel, but you really don't need to add that. Evaporated milk. I have 2 12-ounce cans of evaporated milk. You're going to need both cans, okay? Just 12-ounce cans, so that's a total of 24 ounces of evaporated milk. That's all you need. And I have the granulated sugar. We're going to use 2 cups of granulated sugar, okay? So 2 cups of sugar, 24 ounces of evaporated milk, 1 teaspoon of caramel, but it's optional, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, that is not optional. You need the vanilla, y'all. And 1.5 sticks of salted butter. That's it, all right? Let's get to it. So I've already put the butter in the saucepan. I'm just going to switch it over to, wait, first of all, I'm going to turn the stove on. So you want to have it on medium-low heat. That's good right there. So medium-low heat. You don't want the heat to be too high because the caramel will burn. You don't want it to burn. You want to cook it, you know, not too fast. Actually, I can turn it down a little bit more. So just basically have it on medium-low heat, okay? You don't want to cook it too fast because it will burn. So I have 1.5 sticks of butter in there. I'm going to come around here. I got my milk. I've shaken it because you know you got to shake it well. This is just 1 can we're going to put in there. Okay. Set that aside. I'm going to grab this other can and just pour it in there like so. Okay. And then we're going to take our sugar. I got 1 cup of sugar here. Okay, so this is the 2nd cup of sugar that I'm adding to the saucepan now. Okay, and now I have my wooden spoon here. And you're just going to stir this. Okay. So we got 2 cups of sugar, 2 cans of evaporated milk, and 1.5 sticks of butter. And you're just going to keep on stirring this. It's going to take about an hour and a half to finish cooking, okay? But the key is you got to keep stirring it. You got to watch it. You got to stir it because you don't want it to burn. I'm not going to put the vanilla and the caramel flavoring in until the very end, okay? So we're just going to keep on stirring this. As you can see, the butter has not melted yet, but it will. I just wanted to get that sugar and that milk mixed in. And eventually that butter is going to melt. And you're just going to keep on stirring this, okay? Some butter on my stick there. Okay. This aside. Y'all see I already got the cake made back there. Probably turn this up just a little bit more. Okay. Alright. So there we go. And we're just going to watch this and keep stirring and just keep on stirring until it gets thick. Alright. You'll know when it's ready because see how when I dip this spoon in here it just falls off like it's still liquid. So when it gets ready, not only will it be that nice pretty caramel color that we're looking for, but it's also going to be too thick on the back of my stick to fall off. So it's going to thicken so well to where it won't just drip off. It's going to be really thick. Alright, so we're just going to keep on stirring it and yeah. Okay guys, so the butter is melted and I'm just stirring the caramel. And it's actually starting to thicken already. And you want to watch it because it will boil over. So you gotta keep on stirring it, because you don't want it to boil over. But I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like once the butter is melted. And you just want to keep on stirring it. And it's going to take a while. Like I said, it's going to take about an hour to an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. It depends on how high you have the stove on. So like, remember I said put it on medium to low heat? Well, if you have it on medium to low heat, it could take about an hour and a half. If you have it on low heat, it could take about 2 hours. But then if you want to speed the process up a little bit and you put it on medium to high heat, it could take about an hour. But if you're going to do that, make sure you're stirring it consistently. Don't take your eyes off of it, because it will start to boil over and you don't want to make a mess and have the caramel spilled all over your range. Okay, so you want to just keep on stirring it. I'm not trying to be here all night stirring this, so I don't have it on low heat. I started off with it being on medium to low heat, but right now I think it's just like on a medium heat, because I want to speed it up a little bit. Actually, it might even be on medium to high heat now that I'm looking at it. But it's up to you. You have to know what you have it on, and you got to make sure you watch it. See how it boils? And so if you leave it boiling like this for too long, and if the stove is up too high, it will boil over. And again, you don't want it to burn. So you want to keep on stirring it, okay? And see, it's already that nice, pretty caramel color already. And it's just going to continue to thicken. It's already getting thick. It smells good too, y'all. It smells so good. I have been cooking this for about 35-40 minutes now. And as you can see, it's really starting to thicken. See that? We still have a ways to go, but we're getting there. And again, like I said before, if you want to speed up this thickening process, go ahead and turn your stove up a little bit more like a medium-high heat. Mine is still, I would say, medium-low. So it's taking a little bit longer. But it's getting there. As you can see, we still have a ways to go. I just wanted y'all to see the progress on how it's looking after about 40 minutes of cooking. So I'm going to continue to let this cook, and I'm going to keep stirring it, and I am going to come back to y'all maybe at about the hour mark. And I'm also going to turn my stove up just a little bit more to speed up this process. All right. And I also want to show you real quick why you really have to be careful and watch this stuff and keep stirring like consistently. Because if you let it go for too long and you're not paying attention and you're not stirring it, I'm just going to show you what could happen. Just look. See how it's boiling up to the top of the saucepan? It will literally boil over. Let me stop it. Woo, shoot. Y'all see that? That's what will happen if you're not paying attention. Okay, guys, so it's been about an hour since I've been cooking this caramel. And as you can see, it's really starting to thicken now. See that? We still have a little ways to go. I would say maybe about another half an hour. But I turned it up just a little bit. Again, I would say medium, low heat is safe. But if you want to speed that process up, you can always turn it up. But you got to watch it. Remember, I showed y'all, it will boil over and make a mess. And it will burn. And you don't want that to happen either. So you just want to keep it at a nice medium heat. And just keep stirring consistently like I've been doing. And it will thicken. You just got to be patient with it. And see how it's turning into that dark, beautiful golden brown color we want to see? Look at that. It's that nice, dark, beautiful golden brown. And you can see how it's starting to coat the back of the spoon a little bit. It's actually starting to look like caramel now. You want it to thickly coat the back of the spoon to ensure the proper thickness. Okay? Look how pretty it is. It's just nice and golden and brown. It smells so good. So again, I'm gonna let this cook for about another 30 to 40 minutes. And then once I remove it from the heat, then I'll add the vanilla and the caramel flavoring. And then we're just gonna let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes after that to cool. And it's gonna thicken a little more as it cools also. So you'll see that as well. So after it cools for about 15 to 20 minutes, then it'll be ready to put on the cake. Okay, y'all, our caramel is done. Look at that. Ooh, look at that color, y'all. Look at that. See that? See how thick it is? But do you see how you don't see the wood on the spoon? Because the caramel just coats it. That's what we're looking for. Well, y'all can see we got that nice color. We got that nice thickness. It smells good. It looks good. I'm sure it tastes good. I haven't tasted it yet, but I just know. All right, so I've removed it from the heat. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my vanilla extract, and I got my measuring spoons here. See? We're gonna put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I'm gonna just, I don't know if y'all can see me. Here we go. Gonna put in 1, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm gonna stir that in there, like so. Ooh, that smells good. Ooh wee, that smells delicious. Now, and again, the caramel is optional. Can y'all see that? I don't know. Anyway, the caramel is what I'm gonna put in there next. It's optional. Honestly, you just need the vanilla, but I'm gonna be extra. And I know earlier in the video I said we can put about 1 teaspoon of caramel in there, but I'm just gonna put 1/2 teaspoon because this stuff is strong and a little bit goes a long way. All right, so I'm gonna put 1/2 teaspoon of the caramel flavoring. All right, so that's 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 1/2 teaspoon of caramel. And we're gonna stir it in there, just like that. Look how good that looks. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. I'm gonna do a little taste test. So I'm gonna take a spoon and just get a little bit out. Look how pretty that is, y'all. Can y'all see that? Wait a minute. I'm trying to, there we go. This is delicious. Woo! Look at that. That's so good. That's exactly what we want it to look like. You see that? It's good. Woo! Now that's how you make some caramel, okay? That's what you do when you want to do it right. That's how you make it, baby. Put it on the cake like that. And I'm just using the butter knife, y'all. I can't find my what's the word I'm looking for? The thing to icing the cakes with. I can't think of the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't find it. So I'm just gonna use a good old-fashioned butter knife. It'll do the job. Okay, y'all, so I'm done icing the cake. And this is the final result. Listen, I'm not a pastry chef, so it doesn't look all professional, but it's good enough. This is not the purpose of this video. It's to show y'all April's professional cakes, because that is not what this is. This video was for the sole purpose of teaching you how to make the caramel to go on a caramel cake, okay? I get so many people asking me how to make caramel for a caramel cake. And so, yeah, I thought that I would just hop on my camera here and record myself making this caramel. And again, it doesn't look all pretty, but it's going to taste good. Trust me, it's going to be delicious. But now you guys know how to make caramel for a caramel cake. All right, until the next time, you guys. Bye.